Separate topic on the wildfires. Some Ontario First Nations are saying it should have been done more to prepare for the wildfires. I wonder if you agree with that assessment.
I totally disagree with that comment. We have constant communication. We're going out to the First Nations. We've moved close to 2,000 First Nations communities on the plane. We provided them in a hotel. We provided them with food, any other expenses. Now keep in mind, on reserve is a federal responsibility. Ontario's taken the lead on this. I'm going to repeat this. On reserve, the feds have the responsibility to take care of First Nations, but we're taking care of them. We're doing everything we possibly can. We have 155 fire crews out there, close to 900 wildland firefighters going out. It's well organized in Thunder Bay. I saw every single office. We saw all the meals being prepared, the Red Cross, all the other organizations, Ontario Corps, everyone is helping out. So I totally disagree with their comments.
Last week, when these wildfires started in our territory, all that was talked about on the news was the smoke conditions in the city of Toronto. There was not one word mentioned on the national media about the situation of people literally running for their lives in these fires. I was at the AFN last week along with some of my fellow chiefs that are up here today. And on Wednesday, the Ontario caucus had broke and said, we want to have an emergency meeting on the wildfire situation. And at that time, it was Chief Pantanzanine and myself that requested this. And we broke on emergency caucus. We said we should bring this to the floor at the Assembly of First Nations the next day, which we did. So that's why we're here again. And one of the major reasons why we held this press conference was yesterday, Premier Ford did a press release at 10:30 a.m. yesterday. And I had the opportunity to listen to his release. And not once in his speech did he mention First Nations people. He praised himself and his government about what a wonderful job they were doing in fighting these fires. And I reached out to my fellow chiefs, our leaders, and I said, we have to counter what Mr. Ford is saying. What he is saying is not true. He's creating the narrative so that he can basically lie to the Canadians and lie to the people of Ontario. While there's appreciation for the professionalism and dedication of frontline personnel, there is a strong view that leadership failures within the provincial system requires immediate action and accountability. Immediate leadership changes within the Ministry of Natural Resources must occur. The chiefs believe that there's been a serious breakdown in leadership and confidence in the senior management level with MNR. Specifically, the chiefs are seeking the immediate removal of the current MNR Director, Chris Cuthbertson, the immediate removal of the Assistant Deputy Minister responsible for oversight of MNR fire operations. These actions should occur pending an independent investigation, such as a public inquiry into this year's emergency response and broader systemic issues. The chief's concern is directed at executive leadership and decision-making rather than operational personnel. A public inquiry and independent review of wildlife fire management and transfer emergency responsibilities. The chiefs are calling for an immediate public inquiry and an independent investigation into Ontario's wildlife response during the current situation. The review should examine operational decision-making, emergency coordination, communications with First Nations, evacuation planning and execution, resource allocation, and overall provincial preparedness. The chiefs believe that the province should be transitioning responsibility for emergency wildfire response and coordination from MNR to the emergency preparedness and response. The rationale is that the emergency management should be coordinated through the ministry specifically established to lead provincial emergency preparedness and response. Importantly, the chief wishes to recognize and acknowledge the professionalism of frontline personnel, including local MNR staff, wildlife firefighters, water bomber pilots, incident commanders, supervisors, emergency personnel working directly in affected communities.